Morning, Trainiacs. Evergreen tree, aka Christmas tree. It's the holidays. We are getting a ton of questions about how do I handle the holidays. I'm stressed out about the holidays. I'm gonna gain weight. I'm gonna lose fitness. Don't worry, Trainiacs. I got you. Settle down. We got an easy way to get through the holidays. Okay, so obviously the main things surrounding the holidays are that people are going to events where there's lots and lots of food, people are stressed out about getting off their diet, gaining weight, and everyone's really busy. So everyone's worried about not being able to get the workouts in. First thing to know is that this is totally normal. Everyone goes through this. Everyone has holidays. Holidays are like a worldwide phenomenon. First thing to do is just not get stressed out about it, because that's going to make your training worse. It's also going to make your binge eating worse. And by the way, it's okay to binge eat. Here's how we deal with it. So first thing you can do to help manage your weight during December is to do what I'm doing right now. That is a fasted workout. That's working out without much in your stomach besides maybe just some coffee, and if you put some MCT oil in it, perfectly fine. And this helps burn a fair bit of fat. Key to doing it, however, is that you aren't adding intensity. Your body is in a really low readiness state when you're fasted. So this could be like, I'm gonna do a 1,250 meter swim, that is all, because I have a bruised rib from going fat biking with mountain bikers yesterday. This is as light as waking up in the morning and before you have a meal, taking the dogs for a walk, going for a light bike ride with your family. Simple, very easy, very low intensity things like that are perfect. And the low intensity nature of it, the fact that you're fasted, is going to burn a ton of fat. Easy way to do it. Okay, so when it also comes to workouts, we are all very crunched for time, and that's what people start stressing about, is how am I going to get in my long workouts? Well, if you're tremendously busy, you don't. And that's okay. One of the easiest ways to make sure you get in good workouts that improve your speed, your strength, and your endurance is to set up a bike on a trainer, leave it there somewhere out of the way that your company isn't going to be like, hey, why is there a sweaty bike in the corner while we're drinking eggnog over here? Well, just set this up out of the way, and on busy days, you can do as little as a 30-minute bike workout. Just make sure that it has somewhere between about 3 and 7 minutes of really intense effort, like falling off your bike kind of effort. This is going to help your muscles become more efficient. They end up using less oxygen to generate the energy that they need to produce. You're going to become faster. You're going to stimulate anabolic growth, end up getting stronger, and burn some fat for the next 48 hours after that workout is complete, which is something that we need to do. And speed up your metabolism and help burn some fat to shed some of those calories that we're loading up on throughout all of our events. Do that really intense bike session, maybe every couple of days, help stay slim and trim. What about food? So here in the kitchen, there are going to be a lot of turkeys coming out. In my case, NTK is Ukrainian, so the annual feed fest that we go on is Christmas Eve. It is a pierogi and meatball fest. Every single year, I stuff myself to the point of being uncomfortable. A trick to make sure that you aren't just constantly gaining weight is to only really stuff yourself, and it's okay to totally pig out, eat everything in the room, and really impress people, because triathletes can eat a lot, but only do that at events. So maybe it's Christmas Eve with the family, Christmas morning with the family, Christmas Day with the family. Maybe it's the Christmas party. Maybe it's the gathering to eat a whole bunch of food that everyone's brought in at the office. But only sticking to just those events where you can absolutely pig out. Meanwhile, staying to your normal diet just when you're at home and sitting around and not being gluttonous at that time, but sticking to just those events and not the time when you're sitting at home by yourself just munching on Christmas baking or whatever it is. That is where you start to really start adding on pounds. But if it's an event here, an event there, an event here, an event there, and you've worked out really intensely wherever you can, sure, you might put on a few pounds, but it's not like you're putting on 5, 10, 15 pounds. And it's going to be temporary. And we don't need to stress out about that. I got to talk about the stress. I've learned over the last couple of weeks doing these virtual triathlon camps that I need to talk more about the stress. Let's talk about the stress. So, bottom line, triathlon is a game that adults play. It's a game. It's not the end of the world to lose a little bit of fitness or not have the absolute peak 6 months maximally optimized and 100% of your workouts completed and 100% of your diet on point. That is where people start getting stressed about triathlon and the fun of training and the fun of being fit and feeling healthy. It starts becoming like work and you lose the enjoyment for the sport. So especially when it's time to enjoy our family, our friends, some time away from work, a little bit of food, it's okay to do that and not feel like you're taking away from what you're doing in triathlon. And sure, you might actually be taking a little bit away from what you're doing in triathlon, but we're not robots. Triathlon fits into life, not the other way around. And some things to think about and remember is that, let's say you've lost some weight and you're afraid of putting it back on. Or remember that you didn't end up losing that weight all in 2 weeks. So going and being a little bit of a pig at some events doesn't mean you are going to put it all on in 2 weeks. If you do end up gaining weight, quite often it is a matter of putting on water weight. That goes away like, boom, it's going to be okay. Triathlon should never be done to the expense of enjoyment. All of these tips that I give you about optimizing this and optimizing that and getting faster this and getting faster that, I do that content because that's what you tune in for. A lot of people just want to make progress. But the fact of the matter is that I don't care if you are an Ironman that can complete a race in under 9 hours or if you do sprint races that take you 2.5. As long as you enjoy yourself, that's the important part about being a triathlete. So, when it comes time to enjoy yourself in real life, enjoy yourself. Don't feel guilty because it's not meant to be. Triathlon is an addition to our life. Just like Christmas, holidays, family, friends are an addition to our life. So keep it chill and have a good holiday season with whatever you support. I support a holiday in favor of Pete. We're going to honor Pete. A lot of people like Pete in that tale. Later, Trainiacs.